Rather, speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way into Him who is the head, into Christ.
Hello, it's good to be with you again today. I'm Steve Ingram, and we're going to talk about our present situation. It's springtime here in East Tennessee. The flowers are blooming, the sun is shining, but why so many of us have all this feelings of uneasiness and maybe irritability and maybe trouble concentrating? Why is that? Well, it seems we've lost something as a community, as a society. We are all in some stage of grief to some degree. We've lost a lot. We've lost a lot of ability to move around and to do the things that we are used to doing. We've lost the ability to get together like we like to. We've lost some control over our lives. We have lost our sense of safety, concerned about illness for ourselves, our parents maybe, our children, and some have lost jobs because of the virus that's going around. And others who may have not lost their jobs, their incomes have been cut. So those are some extreme stressors, things to deal with. And besides all that, there are the usual losses. I hesitate to say usual, but the losses like the loss of a loved one to death, or the loss of a spouse, and those just compounded on top of our underlying society-wide losses makes for an extremely difficult time. And a lot of what we're feeling is probably grief. You may have heard about different stages of grief, but we're going to look at just a couple of them a little bit. Think about acceptance and finding meaning in our trials. That's hard to do sometimes. These things take time, and how do you go about finding acceptance and finding meaning in adversity? There's first thing we need to recognize, it's okay. It's okay to feel grief. It's normal. And if we try to shut out our grief and shut out our unhappiness, then very often it reemerges later in a more destructive way. So it's okay to feel those things now. We need to identify what we can control and what we can't. Can we individually control what the government does? Probably not. So we need to identify what we can control and what we can't control. If we're feeling stressed, it's helpful to stop, take a moment, and bring our thoughts and our feelings into the present. You can do that by just sitting quietly and listen to yourself breathe. Feel the things around you. If you're outside, then perhaps you can listen to the sounds that you hear. You can feel the breeze, feel the chair or bench or whatever you're sitting on, and it helps you to come into the moment. Or if you're inside, you can still do those things. Listen for the ticking of a clock. Listen for the sound of the air conditioner or the heater, or feel the chair that you're sitting on. And doing those things allows us to come into the moment and recognize that here, at this point, we're okay. There may be stressors, and they don't go away. But at this moment, we're all right. And another thing is to connect with others. As we connect with others through telephone, social media, email, whatever it may be. That can help us to deal with our current stressors. And above all, one of the things we need to do is to listen to God. We can listen at things like James says, consider joy when you fall into trials. That's something to think about. Considering it joy. Well, James says that if we endure trials, it strengthens us. 1 Peter mentions that about casting our care on Jesus or on God because he cares for us. Psalms, 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 46, for God is our refuge and our strength. We can look around at the world about us and see God in it as well. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above shows his handiwork. Day into day shows speech, and night into night shows knowledge. So look at the world around us. See God and take peace in him. I wish you have a peaceful day and hope to see you again soon.